Hey everybody, Virgin Mobile Reviewer 86 here, and I wanted to give you a review of the Samsung Galaxy Reverb. This phone is a 3G phone off the Virgin Mobile network. It's got a 5 megapixel camera on the back, a front facing 1.3 megapixel, which you can't probably see here, a 4-inch touch display. It's got on the side your micro SD port, volume rockers. On the top, you have your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, your power button, and on the right hand side, you have the dedicated camera button. Now, as you can see on screen, here we go. Here's your lock screen. The little shortcut buttons on the bottom are shortcuts, so you can actually like let's say you want to go straight into your phone, right? You just tap this and you swipe it. So I thought that was a pretty cool feature. Don't look at my contacts. So anyway, so let me get rid of that really quick. Hold on, let me clear that out. But anywho, on the front of the phone you have three capacitive buttons: a home, a menu, and a back button. And if I pinch to zoom or whatever, you have up to 7 customizable screens there, as you can see. Well, you can add more, up to 7 on the stock TouchWiz launcher. And let me just go back here. This comes out of the box. Android ice cream sandwiches, version 4.04. And this is the latest version of TouchWiz. To my knowledge, it's the latest one that comes out with the Galaxy S3 and the Galaxy Note and the new Galaxy Note. And if you have newer phones like the Galaxy Victory and the Galaxy Rush and so forth, like the other mid-range devices that Samsung has been coming out with. As you can see here, the phone's pretty fluid. TouchWiz, I like TouchWiz as a stock theme. As you can see there, I have a calculator widget that I downloaded from the market. These are just the screens I added. On this screen, I have shortcuts such as my apps and just little widgets that I can use as far as that one's for the one on the top left is for signal. The one on the top right is aggressive light. You click that button and it turns on the flash for your phone. So if you get stuck somewhere in the dark, you can use that. And as you can see there, I have my application monitor. You can't, excuse the blurriness. This webcam doesn't autofocus, but you can get into that, and you can see there I have quick messaging and quick settings and messaging. And that's just a little shortcut so I can get rid of apps. On the top you have your taskbar, right? And as the Galaxy 3 has and other Galaxy phones have, it has the little shortcut buttons. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, sync, and screen rotation. As you can see though, as I swipe my finger across, these are not interchangeable. So like the higher end phones like the Note 2 and the Galaxy 3, you can actually add or probably remove, or it has a little bit more options there. Here is the brightness. You can change from the taskbar, and you can turn on auto if you want. And I don't want auto, so I'll just leave it in the middle where I usually have it. Any notifications that pop up will show up right here. You can actually go into your settings from the taskbar. And one thing I kind of liked about this phone is, and it's going to be found in the sound section actually, is something called haptic feedback. And what it is like the capacitive buttons down here, they vibrate when you touch them. So that's one thing that I liked about the phone. As you can see here, I have like my music play widget. You can resize this with TouchWiz. So let's say that I want to do that. I can just make it smaller and just have it like that, and I'll still be able to scroll through songs even though it's a little small. But I like to, I guess, have it as big as I can there so I can see a fuller list. Um, Calculator app, as I said, I downloaded off the marketplace or the Google Play. Um, I like Samsung's app drawer because it doesn't go directly into the widgets, and one thing I like about this is you can hide certain apps that you don't use. So like let's say that there's bloatware that Virgin Mobile apps come with, like deactivate, and you don't want to see it on here. You can actually hide certain apps. So like let's say I want to hide I don't know, like let's say I want to hide backgrounds on the top right there. I'm gonna hit the menu button, and I'm gonna click hide applications, and I'm gonna click that, and then I'm gonna press done. Except I don't want to do that, so we'll just go back there. And one thing is, once you finish going through all the apps, it just starts over. It doesn't roll over into widgets. So if you want to check your widgets, you click widgets, right? And it gives you a list there. These are a lot of the ones here are just stock ones. There's a few that come with apps that you download, of course. And here's the download section where are all the apps that you downloaded. And I have the basic Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter. I get downloaded Google Chrome, even though the stock internet browser on this is actually not bad. Speed test. Let's take a look here. I'll turn off my Wi-Fi, and you can see how bad the 3G connectivity is in my area. And I can say one thing about Sprint and Virgin Mobile is the 3G is horrible. And I live in a area where the metro area is about 700,000, and it's just completely horrible. Let's go ahead and run that. I would run a quadrant standard test for you guys, but I've already done that a few times, and let me see. All right. And to be honest, this phone is a mid-range device, even though it's probably a better phone for the lineup. Ooh, look, I actually went over 1 megabyte a second there, but as you can see there, it dropped really quick. Right now it's in the 60s, and there it hit 70. Let's see if I can get a better view of that. And right now the upload speed's not that great, but the download was 0.90 megabytes per second, or megabits. I don't see what the difference is, I guess. I guess it just depends on the area and your network, of course. It usually only hits up to maybe 0.2 or 0.3 megabits a second, so I'm lucky when I get anything higher than 1. Let's see what else. Let's go back to home. Right there you can see my stock clock widget. And if you guys aren't a fan of TouchWiz, you can always go in and download a different stock launcher. I downloaded Nova Launcher, and here you go. I'll click Nova Launcher for you guys, and that's basically what it looks like. Of course, I changed the icons on the bottom. And Nova Launcher, it has a different little interface as far as that goes. The app drawer actually, I think it comes out black by default, but I changed it to clear, so that's how it comes out like that. But this device is very fluid. Like, unless you have a lot of apps running in the background, I mean, you won't have a problem as far as lag goes, unless you're using like a browser and just the internet just sucks or whatever, or your 3G just sucks. So that's one thing I liked about this one, is it's very fluid. I usually don't have any. Here we go. We'll go back to TouchWiz. It does it by default since I haven't set Nova Launcher as my default launcher. Let's go ahead and start up Temple Run. As you can see there, it starts up pretty quick. As said, excuse me for the lag here. And I'm gonna probably make a 2-part video here. So let me end this, and I'll start my other video in a second. Thanks for watching part 1.